What's going on, guys? It's your boy Noswell back with another video. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how you guys can get money and get all the cars in the game. Not really all the cars, but however many cars you want depending on how much you play. So as you can see, I have a Lamborghini, I have a Lamborghini, a Ferrari, like I have a bunch of cars, okay? That's not my point. So when you first start the game, okay, you're gonna be able to get a couple free vehicles. You're gonna get a free street race, a free off-road, and you get a free plane and a free boat. Everything else you have to buy, okay? So when you get to street race, once you get your first roughly 150, 160 grand, go over to drag race, buy a drag race car, and you get anywhere from $13,000 to $15,000 every race you do, and they take roughly 2 minutes for all of them. Like as you can see, the world record for this one is 12 seconds. And he does 3 of them, so it literally takes like, at the most, it probably takes like a minute and 30, and you get 15 grand. Now, another way, this is the way I actually did to get a hypercar. Go over to off-road, go to motocross, so like motorcycles, go to Inglewood, and honestly, probably the easiest race you'll ever do in motorcycle, in my opinion. You guys may be different, whatever. And now I'm gonna do an Inglewood while I'm talking to you guys about this. Okay, so the reason you should get, well, first off, there is a race that gives you 215 grand, and it takes 40 minutes. Okay, so it's a hypercar race. So obviously you're gonna have to spend some money, or make some money to get a hypercar, and then you do that. But honestly, it's so worth it. So at the beginning, the reason why you should get your hypercar at the very beginning when you start is because when you're ranking up from like star to professional or whatever, I don't know the order because I haven't been there in forever. I'm like on 100 now. Let's go. But
3,
like
2,
you get roughly, every time you icon up, you get roughly 100 grand. So like if you just iconed up a bunch, you can honestly just get a free $1 million if you just icon up and don't spend any of it. But not only that, you also get some more money by doing these races. Buy whatever hypercar you want, do the 215 grand race, which can be upgraded if you do it. Once you beat it once, you can upgrade it to hard if your car is good enough, and you get 280. And then after that, you can upgrade it to ace, which you get 315 grand. Okay, now when you get the 315 grand, okay, my car, I've played this game for a while now, and my car is still not there. It's like 2 perf level away, so it's not far. But honestly, if you lose the first race, the first 200 grand race, it's not a big deal, okay? It's not a big deal, especially if it's your first time driving your car. Okay, now I recommend driving your car in a couple other, maybe 60 grand race or something, getting used to it. And once you get used to it, you go into that race, because like, it's the race, I'm not gonna admit, it's kind of hard. I lost my first one. It's kind of really hard because there's like mountains and you fly off the road if you go too fast, but you just have to get used to it. So like after your first 1 or 2 races, you probably shouldn't, depending on how much you play the game or how good you are or whatever, you shouldn't lose after those first 2 or 3 races. But after that, honestly, it's kind of really easy to get money. It takes 40 minutes, so like it's kind of takes a while, but it's worth the money, because if you do, say you were to do that for 2 hours and this in Inglewood for 2 hours. Inglewood, you'd get, I don't know, probably 300 grand, something like that. I don't know. That, you get like 860 if it's on hard. If it's on, like, medium or normal or whatever, I'm pretty sure you'd get like 600 grand, which is still a lot for 2 hours. So either way, this is the best, that's the best way to make money. And to be honest, if you want the McLaren P1, the street race boss car or whatever, which I have, I'm gonna speak from experience, do all the hypercar races, because you get decent amount of money and good parts and stuff too. To do all the hypercar races, do some drift. If you want, do street race, and then drag race. There's not many drag race, not many hypercar, and not many drift. Okay, so if you do like, I don't know how much for each of them, you get the car really easily, and it's not that hard to beat him if your cars are upgraded. If they're stock, I presume it's a bit harder, but like, I don't know. That's just my money tips and tricks for this game as of right now. Maybe later there will be new methods or whatever, but that's one of the real ways I could think about getting free money, or not free money, get easy money, because all the other ways are like, well, you gotta do this race for that, but your car has to be pretty much max. And let me tell you, getting your car completely maxed out is kind of really hard, because none of my cars are maxed out. Like, you have to play a lot to get them maxed out. And honestly, that's just my tips and tricks for right now. Honestly, they may update in, say, a month, maybe even a week if they do a new update and there's new races, you know? But I will have another one for off-road and stuff. Like, if you're wanting to get the off-road helicopter. Actually, I'll just tell you about it now. So, honestly, I'm pretty sure. Let's look. Off-road. See, I'm 32%. So if you do motocross, there's not that many motocross at all. Like, I'm almost done with motocross. And I don't do much motocross. I've done 3 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've done 3 out of 8. So if I just do like 5 more, which take like, some of them take like 3 minutes, I'll have 100% motocross, okay? So that'll put me at a decent amount. How many rallycross is there? Okay, there's a decent amount of rallycross. I don't recommend that. Not that many, hovercraft. Wait, was I? Okay. Not that many hovercraft, but to be honest, hovercraft's kind of hard, because you have to, like, pre-turn and whatever. It's really weird. Rally Raid, also really easy. Not that many-ish. I've done, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's 14, and like, honestly, I did the math, and you have to get 100% for each to get 50, since there's 4, 100, it's complicated. Anyway, so if you were to get 100% in motocross and rally raid, you'd have 50%, and you could go against this guy and have a helicopter. It's pretty good. I will also be coming out with a video probably later today on what the best cars are, best planes, best boats, best hypercars, you know, that sort of stuff. But for now, peace out. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe if you enjoyed. Peace.